Hello! And welcome back to another exciting week here at the Ketchup. In the Ketchup?
Here at, well, we're at Alex's house.
Can I say in the Ketchup? I kind of like that, because then it got this, like, tomato-y vibe.
In the Ketchup?
Yeah, welcome back to an exciting week in the Ketchup.
For the Ketchup.
From the Ketchup?
At the Ketchup.
To the Ketchup.
From the Ketchup. I don't know. I like them all. It's yes. Yes, the answer is yes.
Well, regardless, you're here, we're here, and we want to talk to you about some things that have happened.
We just want to catch up.
Right.
Once again.
Now, for the 14th week? 15th week? Something like that. 14th, I think.
14th? Wow.
Yeah,
14 weeks.
So, not straight weeks, unfortunately. We've had a couple of breaks, but we've definitely done this for 14 weeks.
We almost had a break this week.
This
is something new for us, because those of you who are listening, you're just listening to it whenever.
Yeah.
Or you dedicated listeners out there, you're like, what the hell? These guys are a day late.
Yeah. We ended up having to record on Saturday this week, not Friday like we normally do.
And the sun is out still. I mean, this is like...
Oh, yeah, it's not...
mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we're still going to drink some wine for you guys.
Yes, just for you. Not because we're alcoholic. Speaking of...
Ooh. Whoa. Before you pop the cork...
Before I pop it?
Tell everybody what we're drinking. And also, you got to pop it... Oh, I guess when you pull it out. So
I was going to pull it.
Okay.
I was going to...
All right. So we're drinking some...
Barefoot.
Barefoot is the winery. And it's some...
Cabernet.
Yeah, will you pronounce that for me?
Sauvignon.
You heard it, guys.
Yes.
Matt's basically French.
Basically.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Now we got to do the popping.
It's interesting. We used to do the popping of caps, but now we're popping of corks.
Popping of corks. So for those of you who are...
See...
Well, that wasn't... You put too much into the cork. What are you doing?
I put too much into the cork.
Yeah, it can't, so that way when you
No,
when you pull the
that's a
handles
solid amount into the cork.
When you pulled the handles down, you pulled too much of the cork out, so we missed the...
we missed the pop?
We missed the pop.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Just do a little... No, I can't do it.
Oh,
I'm not...
Well.
I've never done that before. I just...
And you
just
tried
I'm just
it
gonna
now?
try it, yeah.
You thought
the finger and cheek pop, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
You know what I'm
yes,
talking about.
they
Can
do.
you do that? Do it. There you go, everybody. That was the wine. That was the wine popping.
That was the wine pop.
Yeah. And for those of you who are just joining for the first time,
this is also tough because it takes so long to pop it. Then you got to pour each glass. It's not a.
Well, you got to pour it next to the mic so they can hear it to pour.
Oh yeah. Bet it sounds like one of us is taking a piss, which we might have to do here soon. See the amount of time.
Now everyone's just thinking what we're thinking. Thank you, sir.
I need to up my wine pouring skis. To the barefoot.
To the barefoot.
I actually really like this one.
Smooth.
It is smooth.
Yeah.
I like the Cabernets because they're not like as dry as a Merlot or anything, you know? They go down smooth. There's not a heavy, dry aftertaste. I like it.
Yeah, it's got kind of a sweet aftertaste a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And for those of you joining us for the first time, thank you. Welcome. Hopefully we can have some interesting conversation to keep you busy.
And thank you for sitting through that miserable bottle open and pour technique. I didn't like it.
It's going to get better.
Like it. It will have to get better.
Yeah.
Can't
absolutely.
be this. Can't be like this.
Absolutely.
The screw was too far in the cork. Oh.
So Matt.
Alex.
Tell me, how was your week? What you been up to? What happened? Anything significant? Anything not significant? Did you brush your teeth differently the other day? How about different hairstyle? Did you remember to clip your toenails?
I'm going to go ahead and switch this conversation as to why the hell we are here on a Saturday.
Oh.
Because I briefly got this story, but I kind of wanted to wait and hear more in depth about it on the podcast. So Alex called me yesterday, and instead of saying, "Yo, dog, are you ready for this podcast?" he said something along the lines of, "Oh, hey, I have some good news, and I have some bad news.
Which would you like to hear first? Was what I said.
And of course, I went the bad news first. The bad
Yeah.
news is we have to potentially postpone or even cancel the podcast for tonight.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And there was a gasp
From all parties.
from all parties.
Yeah.
And a tear.
Well, all right.
We did have a special guest lined up for today.
For yesterday.
For yesterday.
We did, and unfortunately, he couldn't make it today. So hopefully, and unfortunately, he won't be able to make it next week. So hopefully, he'll be able to come the week after that. I hope we didn't miss the opportunity to talk with an Air Force boomer.
A boomer.
Yeah.
Yes. So why, Alex? Why did you call me and postpone and actually cancel?
Yeah. The unfortunate fact is, Matthew, that my car stopped working. My 2000 Ford Explorer, it's currently 2018, so damn near 20-year-old car, finally kicked the bucket. Repairs are more than the car is worth.
Now you on the phone you described it as, and I quote, "My car blew up."
Yeah, that's the term, especially with the old exploders, as they like to call them.
Is that what they call the Ford Explorer? The
yeah.
Exploder?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, those cars.
I've heard of the found on road dead
I've heard
Explorers.
I've heard of exploders. That's what I've heard. I hear things.
You must. So anyway, so how the hell did your car explode?
Well, I took it to the shop a couple weeks ago, and they told me that the back end was.
Sorry, gotta listen up.
They told me that the back end was shot, and it was going to be $1,800 to fix. And I said, I don't think the car's worth that much. And the guy on the phone replied, I think you're right. So I said, all right, well, I'm just going to drive it till it dies. And this last yesterday, it died.
It was it yesterday or Thursday?
Sorry, Thursday it died.
Thursday.
My bad. Thursday it died.
And please describe what the hell happened.
I was driving home from my mom's house. There was a dinner with some family. So I was driving home. I was on the freeway. Probably shouldn't have driven on the freeway there, but I made it all the way there.
In the valley? You were heading to the valley?
She was in the valley, yeah. So I was driving back to north side from the valley, and I got almost to Hamilton when the car just started decelerating. And I'm not like a gradual, like you just lost power, like a jolt of deceleration. Like someone hit the brakes. It was...
Any noises going on here? Were there...
Yeah, it was a really loud grinding noise.
Like, was it a pop? Like, when I think of explosion, I'm like, okay, the back end just like exploded. What happened here?
There might have been. So the car at those speeds, well, what started happening, what made me take it in the first place, was a loud humming noise as I would accelerate. And that loud humming noise just got louder and louder and louder as time went on. And I finally took it in. It gets a lot worse on the freeway.
Do you think that you could have prevented this?
It's really loud.
Do you think you could have?
So I had the stereo up really high to help drown out the noise and to kind of like stop me from worrying about it. Because when you're sitting there driving and like the whole time you're driving, it's just this.
Oh my God.
Sorry, that was really loud for all you guys, but that's how it is in your car while you're driving, and it's kind of nerve-wracking. So I just cranked up the volume and just tried to get home. Finally didn't make it this time.
Okay. And you finally didn't make it this time. Now, when you were at your mom's house, could they hear you pull up? Were they like, holy shit, son, you need a better car?
No, you don't hear it as much from the outside. It's more, I don't know because I haven't no one was outside when I pulled up, so no, they couldn't hear it.
Now, you've had this car for a good while. When I met you, you've had that Explorer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I remember driving home from the corner bar in that thing a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that car for years and years and years. I mean, damn near 10 years.
Yeah.
If not 10 years. I don't even actually remember when I got that car. I remember I was still living at my dad's house.
Is it your first car?
No. It was my third car.
Okay.
My first car was a 69 Ford Mustang.
And we've talked about that Mustang on this podcast before. My apologies.
Then I had a Ford Aspire.
With the van? It was a Ford Mustang with a van engine?
Yeah. It was what they call a resurrection because it was rebuilt on the Indian reservation.
Clever.
Yeah.
Clever.
But yeah,
So your new one. So you
whoa,
what?
whoa, you gotta lead up.
Lead up.
You gotta lead up.
I thought we were leading up.
I'm about to lead up.
What were you gonna say? Let me hear your lead.
Up. My lead up.
Up.
So
Your lead up.
the
Let's
car,
hear it.
The car puttered out, and
Well, we knew this.
Technically,
See, we knew this.
Technically, it still drives though. It makes a really bad noise, and you don't go very fast, but you can step on the gas and it'll move. So I got it off of the freeway, got it pulled into a parking lot, got it towed. Then I called up a friend of a friend who works
One
at
of those.
who works at a dealership, and I said, "Hey, my car just blew up. I'm gonna need a car because I need to get to work, and you can't just take lifts to work every day. That's expensive as
Understandable.
shit." And so looking for some advice. She was like, "Okay, what kind of car do you want?" I was like, "Well, I've been driving an SUV, so I kind of like the SUV."
Oh.
So she's like, "Great."
I love the SUV.
She's like, "What color do you want?" And I was like, I'm not super picky, but black would be preferred. And then she was like, "Any cool features?" And I was like, I'm not going to be super picky because I'm not trying to spend a buttload of money, but Bluetooth would be nice. And so she's like, "Okay, well, let me go look and see I'll look at our inventory and I'll give you a call back." This is the day after the car died. This is yesterday. And so she calls me back within an hour, and she's like, "I've got 3 down here, and one of them I think's perfect. Get your butt down here."
So this one out in your parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the one that she thought you were gonna like the most?
Well, see, here's the thing. You're not supposed to tell them that I bought the car yet, but now everyone knows.
Well, I accidentally spoiled it earlier
Yeah.
by saying the new car.
But no, this is not the one that she said was perfect.
So
I'm
what
getting
were
to
the
that.
3 cars?
Oh yeah, I was actually getting to that in the story. Matt, Mr. Jumping Ahead.
Well, I'm on the edge of my seat listening to this thing, and I heard a portion of this earlier. I think that's why I'm so antsy to get to this part.
Gotcha. I apologize.
Because
I'm just trying
sometimes
to-
I wait for the juicy details for the podcast. So I just wanted to know about this.
So I apologize. I just got to fill in the rest of our listeners. All 3 of them.
For you 3 out there.
Yeah. So she says, "One's perfect. Got 3 for you to look at. Come on down." So I took a very expensive lift to the dealership, and I came in. I said, "Hey, I'm looking for my friend," and don't want to name any names, but went back and talked to him, and they said, "Okay, so and so, one of the actual sellers is pulling the cars around to show you." He let me. He sits in the car while I drive it around. Mm-hmm. So the first one was probably the perfect one. And
Were they all Fords?
When we came out, yeah, it's a dealership. It's a Ford dealership. They had a couple.
Oh,
They had other makes there, but most of them are all Fords. So
The first one.
as we're walking out, they're like, "Okay, we have to hurry and do this because if you like it, we have to step on it because someone else is actually here for an appointment." And I was like, "Oh shit! All right, well, okay, let's check it out." And it was awesome. It was. Oh, I'm not gonna remember what the make was, what the model.
Explorer?
No, it wasn't another Explorer. I didn't drive any Explorers. It was. What was it? I don't remember, but I really liked it.
Expedition.
It was a good size. No. It was a good size.
What other SUVs does Ford have?
I don't remember. I can pause this and look it up if you want.
No, we don't need to.
But
It was a Ford SUV.
It was a Ford SUV, and it was black. Had the Bluetooth. Had the things and whatnots.
And it drove nice?
Drove nice. I liked it. We got back, and the other sales guy, the other car salesman, used my drive as an opportunity to push his prospective buyers to buying it. So he was like, "Yo, thanks for coming in, but this other guy's driving it right now. I don't know."
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, no, we really liked it. Let's buy it." So as soon as we got back, they were like, "Yeah, it's sold." I was like, fuck. It's crazy in there how they do that. Because, we got in there, and they were like, this guy's like, "Oh, yeah, he's writing them up." And then my friend was like, "Go do the same thing. Get him in there. Maybe you can do it quicker." I'm like, what is happening? Cutthroat shit is going on.
Right in front of you?
Right in front of me, but it was awesome. And so we went down and we started writing it up, and they, of course, because they had the leg up, they beat us.
So how much was it?
It was on the lot for 17.5, 17.6, something like that.
How many miles?
51.
Oh, 51. Shit.
Maybe it was like 25. I don't remember.
Damn.
Yeah.
Still just getting broke in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was super low miles. It was 2013. So it was a year.
Oh,
it was
wow.
a year younger than the one I got.
Yeah.
But they swiped that from underneath us. So whatever. Bummer. You win some, you lose some. The second one we drove.
It's probably a tactic to get them to pay full price. They were like, well, I don't know. I don't like the wheels on there or something.
Probably. So, second one we drove was the one that's sitting out front of my house. Mm-hmm. And it was a little bit bigger, which I kind of like the smaller one, but it's still...
That's a good size.
Yeah, it's not huge.
Yeah.
Drove that around, liked it. I liked it. It was older. It was 2012 as opposed to the 2013.
Yes.
But it has lots of bells and whistles. Like, I don't if you notice, like...
More bells and whistles than the one you looked at previously?
Oh, absolutely.
Your first one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
like what?
Yeah, because it's the sport model, right? So it's got all the fancy shit.
Yeah.
It's the luxury shit. It's the fancy car. So it's got like the 22-inch rims, which in hindsight weren't a good idea because tires are expensive, but they look nice. When like the keyless entry, remote start. Mm-hmm. When you get in the vehicle, your seat is already like
pushed back,
and
give yourself room
when
to
you
get in
when
there.
you start the car, it goes forward. So yeah, it's got the Bluetooth, it's got navigation, it's got a whole fancy on the dash. I can actually flip through menus next to like the speedometer and shit to go from like navigation to other things. I can change different ways that the fuel gauge looks. A whole bunch of stuff in there. There's LED lights in the cup holders. I can change the color of the LED lights in the cup holders.
Really?
Yeah, shit that like no one needs by any means.
But
it's pretty nice to look at.
But it's nice.
So the next one we drove was a Ford Escape, which I actually really liked the size of this one. It was still an SUV, still had some trunk space, but it was a little more compact.
Escape.
It was newer. Yeah. It was 2015. It was a lot more money. Mm-hmm. I don't remember exactly how much that was, but it was outside of my budget.
Those Escapes are pretty small.
For an SUV.
For an SUV?
Yeah, definitely bigger than a car, obviously, but than a sedan, but smaller for an SUV for sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, it was just too new. It only had like 21,000 miles on it. Like it was just a baby. So I would have loved that one. And the other thing that was weird, the brake pedal was closer to your feet than the gas pedal. So the amount of...
So you actually had to lift the heel off the ground instead of just pivot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Can't do that.
And I asked them, I was like, is that adjustable? And they were like, unfortunately not on that model. So I was like, it's too expensive. I didn't really like that. And so I went with car option number 2, which is a Ford Edge Sport 2012.
Pretty nice. 90,000 mile.
90,000 miles. So it's got a lot of life left in it.
Yep.
It's a 6-year term on the loan.
And you can pivot?
I can pivot my feet when I go gas to brake.
Just double checking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some cars are really comfortable. Like Brittany's car, the one I drove out there, it's a Toyota Camry. Really like it. Great on gas. Very nice. But if I drive for too long, the angle of my right leg, like it starts to go numb just because of the angle of the seat.
So
yeah, you gotta lift your foot up. It's very inconvenient for my size. Brittany has no problem. She's wearing the heels, just going, doing her thing.
So this is big for me. In fact, in the past, I've always said I would never finance a car. I was super against it in the past. Just because you don't want to have that extra responsibility, that extra worry. I owe the bank more money. I already owe the bank $1 bajillion for my house. Now I owe them another bajillion or $1 million for the car. But like I looked at my expenses before I went in, and I knew how much I could afford per month.
Afford comfortably,
yeah. Like I was already putting away enough money to cover the car payment. So
yeah,
this doesn't having this car doesn't actually affect my like month-to-month expenses. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Your food coming in or anything?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, it's fine. I'm gonna still try. I'm gonna budget. I'm gonna budget really well, and you know, cut costs as much as I can to see if I can pay that off as fast as I can, because it is, even though I can't afford it, it's still a weight on my shoulders. I still feel a little uncomfortable owing that much money,
absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
But
no,
it's
I
so
understand.
Nice. It's so nice to drive, and the peace of mind, just feeling comfortable in my car when I'm driving it around. Like, man,
not worrying about if
was-
it's gonna make it.
I was driving or a breakdown, you know, or like, you know, my buddies be like, hey, you want to go to Seattle or something like that, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but I probably shouldn't drive because my car's old as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it'd be like, you want to drive, dude? I'd be like, hell yeah, hop in my fucking, my
Mm-hmm.
4-door SUV, bro. Let's take a trip to Seattle. You know what I mean? But driving home last night on the freeway,
Smooth.
oh, so smooth, and just like, I just finally had a chance, because like the whole experience, right? Buying a car when you're financing, it is nerve-wracking.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, are you getting a good deal? And then they're tacking on, there's the extra, you know, you think you know
the
how
taxes.
much, you think you know how much the car is, but then you got the taxes.
Oh, God.
How much of the down payment are you putting
Oh,
down?
yeah.
You know, you gotta. I had limited liability insurance on the Ford Explorer. When you're financing, you have to have full coverage.
Yep.
So my
Insurance went up.
my insurance went up a good amount, and all that shit. Well, I was just not prepared for, and it's just hitting you. Like you're just sitting there getting fucking pelted.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
So driving home, finally, after I finally got out of there, got to exhale and just like crank up the tunes and the Sony speaker system in there. That's super nice. And just leave my hand back and just cruise for a minute. That was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
The car is a beauty to drive. And I was telling Matt this, but I'll tell you guys this also. I did opt for, and I would suggest this to anybody financing a vehicle. I did opt for an extended warranty. I got a 3-year extended warranty, which I will probably see if I can extend at the end of those 3 years. There was a 6-year warranty, but it would make my monthly payments out of my budget range. So I went with the 3-year extended warranty.
Mm-hmm.
It's had a $100 deductible, so it covers everything except for cosmetics. So if the brakes go out, or if the fuel pump or spark plug stops working or some shit, I can take it in. Doesn't cost me more than $100 to fix whatever it is for the next 3 years.
But if someone keys your car,
someone keys my car,
That's
I'm
out of
stuck
your
with
wallet?
It. That's out of my wallet if I want to
Well,
get
full
it
coverage.
buffed out. What's that?
full coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should cover that.
Yeah, hopefully. And then I also got gap insurance, which is the big one I really, really wanted.
This is what we did not discuss earlier.
We did not discuss the gap insurance.
What is up with the gap?
So the gap insurance insures you so that if something happens to the vehicle, to total it, whether that's something happens in the car, to the engine explodes, whatever freak thing happens.
Yeah.
Or if you're T-boned on the side of the road and the repairs cost more than the cost of the car,
Mm-hmm.
the gap insurance will cover that. So I won't continue to have to pay off the loan, which to me is a really big weight off the shoulders.
There you go. Well, yeah. Hopefully that doesn't freaking happen.
Right. But if it does, I'm covered. I don't have to sit there and fucking put my head in my hands and be like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I don't have a car and I still owe thousands of dollars.
Shit ton of money.
Yeah, on a car that I don't even have anymore.
How much more is the gap insurance?
The policy actually wasn't that expensive. I don't think. If I looked at it again, I think well, I also got a good deal on it. I don't want to put anybody out. Like say any names or get too particular, because I want to protect this person who gave me a really good deal. I'm pretty sure I got the policy at cost, so there wasn't any markup on it. So I don't think they made, because a lot of the times those dealerships, when they write out those policies, they mark them up so they can make money off of selling you the policy. So I'm pretty sure I got it at cost, which was
nice.
Which was a pretty good. Yeah,
that
pretty
is
good.
nice. I will say, I love the way. See, I'm a Toyota 4Runner guy. I love them. Absolutely love them. My 08, oh boy, she was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brittany needed a little bit extra money for this salon.
Right.
So I downgraded to a 97, which is still a fantastic ride. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't have the little the bells and whistles like I'm used to.
Right.
Yeah, it's a limited, but it's a 97 limited, not like a 12 limited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
I'm looking forward to.
That was a interesting thing. Like, so when I got in the 2015 Escape, it didn't have any of the bells and whistles. It still
Cloth
had
interior.
still had a key ignition. There was no 'cause
Really?
This one's got the button start.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so it wasn't a keyless entry. But it was newer. It had less miles on it, and it was more expensive. And this one was older, had more miles on it, but had all kinds of fancy bells and whistles in it. So
that's just Is there a sunroof in there?
no.
Oh, okay. I thought all sports had the sunroof.
I'm pretty sure I looked and it didn't, but maybe it does.
Eh.
I don't think so, though.
I don't think it does.
No, I don't think so.
But still, it's a nice ride.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of a disillusionment a little bit because we started by looking at cars that were so right around the 50,000 miles range, which is like, sweet, I'm getting a newer car with low miles. I'm going to drive this thing forever.
Yeah.
And then I end up with one with 90,000 miles, which still isn't a whole lot in the grand scheme. I've got another 110,000 miles to put on that thing at least.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So,
You could get her to 200 for sure.
Absolutely.
Or decide to sell it at 150 and then get
sure.
3/4 of your money back.
Sure.
You know?
Exactly.
Or whatever.
Exactly.
Once
Get
it's
some-
all paid off, who cares?
Yep, and then get something else that's lower mileage. Yeah. We'll see. Like I said, 6 years on the loan. Hopefully, I'll pay that off in 3 or 4. We'll see.
Absolutely.
Just
Very
depends.
nice.
Just depends. So yeah, that was my big thing. And man, all that happened in the course of 2 days. The car breaks down, towing the car, going to the dealership, getting the car,
Feeling it out.
It's been an intense couple of days, man.
Yeah.
It's probably why I'm so drained today. Part of the reason I'm drained today.
And
it's
it's Saturday.
and it's Saturday.
Yeah.
It's the day of rest. No, that's Sunday. Sorry.
But still.
But still.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my big thing. Shit, it's been a lot, but I'm happy. I like the car.
It's a badass car. It seems reliable. Just get yourself some all-season tires on that bitch,
Man.
and you're going to be rolling.
My first payment isn't
Plus-
until next month.
Plus, those tires still have a lot of money, or still have a lot of miles left on them. So
The
you
tread's
could,
pretty good on those.
yeah, you could. I mean, you could probably sell those for around $300
For the set?
for the set. Yeah, but I mean, if you get on Craigslist or Shop and Swap or whatever, and get a decent deal on them, because man, I'm telling you, those tires on my 4Runner, brand spanking new, $300. It was nice. Typically, it's like 180, $200 a tire.
I'll definitely look it up because I definitely need some all seasons for the winter coming up.
Because it's coming up hot. And word on the street is we are expected to get snow in October.
Yeah, I heard we had a chance of snow last weekend.
Is that right?
Or was it last? It was just this last week.
Well, shit, fucking South Dakota, Wyoming got fucked.
Did they?
Yeah, Canada too. Parts of Canada. We're not that far south of Canada.
Nope.
But anyway.
So
yeah,
that's
pretty soon I would recommend, but you're smart enough. You know the deal.
no. I didn't think to look on Craigslist and shit. I'll definitely do that.
For sure.
I was looking online. I was looking on like Amazon. They're brand new tires, but
Yeah. And then you got to pay to get them installed and stuff.
which is
Speaking
more
of-
expensive on 22-inch rims.
Tire-Rama, no matter the size of the rim, is $16 a tire.
No
Yep.
shit.
Go to Tire-Rama.
Okay. Okay.
Word to the wise. That's where I send everybody.
Fucking.
And they balance them for free and everything.
I asked Les Schwab, and they were like, on 22-inch rims, probably looking like $200 out the door, 200 something. I was like, fuck.
Fuck that. No. Nah. Mm-mm. Nope.
All right.
I just can't do that because I called around, dude. I went to Discount Tire, and they were like, well, did you buy them from us? Because if you bought them from us, it'd be $15 a tire. And I was like, no, I didn't buy them from you. And he was like, well, you're looking at about $80 a tire.
Jesus.
And I was like, get the fuck out of my face. I'm out of here.
And so you called up Tire-Rama, and they said, no matter the rim size.
No matter the rim size, they're like, hey, are they used tires? I'm like, yep, $18 or $16. Boom.
Shit.
Yeah. Word of the wise.
Good looking out.
Saving
Thank you.
saving some moolah.
Yeah, I need to do that for sure.
Dude, that's, yeah. And with the double payments, you're going to be looking to cut costs a lot. I know you got a Costco card recently.
Yep.
Just For sure.
Which I'm actually really glad we did now, because now I can go, when I go grocery shop and shit, you buy in bulk, it's a little bit more expensive up front, but it lasts longer.
Everything.
And it's cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
It's cheaper. The bottle of wine that I picked up is I bought it for like $11.99 or something like that at the store we just went to. It's like $6.49 at Costco.
At Costco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll drive.
You can
up to
get those
Costco.
big things of wine too with the handle on it.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
For like $12.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
we have not been disappointed with Costco. Dude, fucking these socks, these jeans, this shirt, Costco.
yeah.
Undergarments,
Neil's
Costco.
Neil's sister was saying that. She's like, we get everything at Costco. All of my clothes are now from Costco.
Yes, literally. And then you see
Did
somebody.
you say undergarment? I
Yeah.
just realized that. Nice.
Underwear. Yeah.
Nice. Well said. You're fancy.
From
Is your pinky out on that one?
No, fuck that guy at Yokes, by the way.
Yeah,
He
right.
was giving us so much shit for buying wine.
Yeah. For real. Well,
Uh-huh.
and he's seen me in there buying beer a lot too, so I mean that could be part of it. But still, like, he was having a bad day and
Took it out on.
for a fun fucking us just trying to buy some wine.
He's like, I'm about to go. He's like, I'm looking forward to getting off, maybe watching the game or something. Like the game.
The baseball game.
The
He
game.
specifically said,
The baseball.
no, he said, like, I could be at home watching, like, a baseball game or something. I'm like, that's cool, dude.
Uh huh.
Just sell me my wine. Quit bitching.
Yes. Oh man, that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy people putting that vibe off right away. Like, we don't know each other.
Right.
Why are you telling me about your shitty day? Because I am going to forget about it in literally 10 seconds.
We didn't, though. We're talking about it now.
We're talking about it now. See, his energy fucked us up for, let's see, it's probably been like 40 minutes or something since
Yeah.
we bought some wine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Oh, man. Well, good. I hope it works out for you. It's definitely reliable. You're not going to have to worry about shit.
No. And if something, like I said, if something does happen, it won't cost me more than $100 to fix.
Did you Uber on Friday?
Yeah.
How much was that?
To get to work?
Yeah.
To get to work, it was, I don't know, it's like $12 or $14 to get to work. It was $20 to get to the dealership. Because I had to take
The highway.
I had to take it out there.
Yeah.
I had to take one out there to get down there.
Oh, man. Why didn't you just ask a bruh?
Oh, I didn't, because I don't know what people are doing. People are busy in their
People-
lives these days.
yeah,
you know
I
what
know. Oh, dude.
Plus, I had the means, I was like, whatever, $20, get down there,
It's all gravy.
spend thousands of dollars on a car.
Yeah. Everything's so expensive anymore. That's why you need to go to Costco.
That's why there's Costco.
Uh-huh.
But even that, Costco is expensive. You got to buy the membership, but at least it's yearly.
You need to get the, did you get the one where it pays you back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we spend so much money there.
Executive membership,
Yep. Dude, it
which
pays
is
you
twice
back.
as expensive.
But every $100 you spend, you get like $5 back. The
Yeah.
membership's $55. Fucking pays that shit right off.
That executive membership is not $55.
Ours was.
Well, you got a fucking screaming deal for the executive. Where's my fucking wallet? You got this card? I'm gonna show you this. If you got this card at $55, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Yup.
$55 a piece. You split it with Brittany
No, 55 for one membership.
for a year.
Yes.
120. Double it was $60 for the basic membership, 120 for the executive.
Well, hold on now, because you must have.
And Neil and I split it.
Oh yeah, you gotta split it. Yeah. Executive. But now they went to fucking City Card only.
What?
Yeah. So either you're gonna pay with cash or this puppy right here, City Card.
That's weird. Like, is that because? So that's like they sent you after your first year with your money back on it.
We had to get this card because we were paying with just a Chase
Yeah.
Visa.
Yeah.
Negative. No
do you mean?
longer.
What do you mean?
Did they not tell you about it?
I used a Visa when I went there earlier this month.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Which Visa? Is it a city?
No, it's Chase.
Bullshit. I call bullshit on that shit.
I used this card there. The first time we went to Costco, we signed up.
Oh,
I
you
used-
used that to pay for the membership fee.
And for the groceries after we shopped. I looked it up online.
Maybe it's different here in Spokane.
I looked it up online before we went there.
Yeah.
because I was worried about what they accept. And it said that they used to only accept MasterCard, but in 2016,
Yeah, they
switched
switched
to only Visa.
Yeah.
So I was like, good, I'm golden. And I was. I used that card, no problem.
Ours was a Visa, though. And we got fucked. We got denied. It was embarrassing.
That's shitty.
Yeah. Would you like a topper offer?
Yeah, sure. Topper offer me.
I will. Indeed.
Thanks for your offer, Topper offer.
Well, this is kind of nice to relax on a nice afternoon with you instead of an evening.
Yeah. I mean, we're not too far off from our kind of normal start time.
True.
So, but it's definitely earlier. I know you got to work early in the morning, so it's good.
It's all good. It's all good.
Well, Matt, that was my big thing, my big life event that happened. Yeah, you heard it. I heard it too.
Oh, I
lip smack.
heard it. The lip
I can
smack.
see it on the
Oh
waveform.
my gosh.
There it is. Perfect lip smack. What about you? How's the salon coming? What are you up to? How's work? How's the dogs? How's the doggy daycare place?
Good. Everything is fine. That's all I gotta say. No,
Sweet.
no. It's not called the ketchup for no reason. Let me
Right.
just. Yeah, so Brittany and I were over at the place that we're gonna be leasing out. We talked to the dude. Super cool because we can call him up and go over there anytime, and we haven't signed the lease yet, but we got the agreement. We just need our lawyer to look over it, which is my sister-in-law.
Oh, that's
Ironically
awesome.
enough, so yeah, we just take them out for friggin' food and drinks, and
They just look over your contracts and
Yeah.
they're like, whoa, this is fucked up.
she was scared about that one place, North Point.
Mm-hmm. She was like,
Yeah,
bad idea.
she was like, no, everything about it just screams no. Like they could raise the rent at any time, and then you like, let's say they kick you out for bad paint or something, or that your sign's not proper or something, they can straight kick you out. They can cancel the lease right there, but you have to pay the rest of the lease. And then once you're kicked out, they can say, oh, by the way, it wasn't $2,300 a month. It was $5,000 a month.
yeah.
Now you got to pay $5,000 a month for the
Get-
next 3 years.
Get out of there. That's awful.
Yeah, it was just so bad.
Yeah.
It was so bad. This place, it's like a 25-page lease or something, but it's all
Legit?
good. Yeah, from what I'm reading. But she knows the legal mumbo jumbo and stuff. But we went in there today, measured out the wall where each station's gonna go, where each wall socket's gonna go, because each station needs to have a socket and all this jazz.
Yep.
Yeah. Just measured it all out. Just waiting for that. Yeah. Not too many dogs this week. Been a slow week, which I kind of needed.
Okay.
I don't know why, but the like instant weather change really messed my mind up a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
You're
Because
like,
it just
"Fuck,
got
it's cold now?
it's got cloudy and I don't know, a little depression weighing in for some
Oh.
reason. So yeah,
Sorry to
just
hear that.
no, it's all good. It's just with I think what it honestly is Brittany's like always home, and I love her to death.
Yeah.
But that we were just talking about this last podcast.
Yeah.
That time alone,
Yes.
where you like how artists, I think I mentioned this. Like I don't draw with anybody home but the animals, because their energy affects the entirety, like the entire
Yeah.
vibe of the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she's always home, and even when I'm trying to like unwind and play pool, it's there. It's always there. There's no escape from it, unless I'm like walking the dogs. But you can only do that for a certain amount of hours.
Yeah.
And I love Brittany to death. It's not that not that she's not the love of my life.
Absolutely.
It's just like
Absolutely.
go hang out with someone for one day.
Right.
It's one of those. But I love her because she's a homebody. One of our first dates was going to play some pool and then watching a movie at my place. Just not really watching, but conversing while the movie was on in
Making
the
out.
background, basically.
Doing the dirty.
Doing the dirty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting the sectional together.
First date, you two just giving it up.
No,
Jeez.
it was not first date. It's third. Come on, give me respect. At least wait a little while. No alcohol was involved.
Really? All right.
But yeah, so it's been tough, and I'm glad. I honestly haven't been like doing a lot of updates on social media and stuff, just strictly because the service I provide, I need to be there 100%. Like 100% of my mind and effort needs to be there, and I feel like I can't provide that recently. Not that my quality of training would be any less, but like I want to give you all of the passion that I have for it. Like I just want to make sure, and I might miss some of those subtleties that would eventually make or break the session. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's just the 1 second, one little thing to where I'm like, okay, see that? That's when you got respect right there. I would still recognize it, but I just wouldn't be in it 100%. So the dogs, slowing down, but I haven't been calling people back. I haven't been really going out of my way for it. Like yesterday, I just watched movies.
Nice.
And that's exactly what I needed to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on. Well,
but still moving forward. But
what about the? I don't think we've ever actually talked about this on the podcast. So I want to bring it up, and then I want to ask you about it because it was when we when we first reconnected back here in Spokane. I got the opportunity to go back to your place, and you were showing me around. And one of the things I was really impressed with that you had been doing a little bit of was figure painting.
Ah, yes.
And so Matt would be commissioned to paint these little figures, which were used in games,
like board games,
games and stuff.
Little casts, plastic castings of
characters,
of whatever. Yeah.
And the paint jobs you would do on those was so detailed and so crisp. I remember taking a really good photo of one of them.
Oh, about that one dead space marine chilling in the corner.
I think so.
Yeah.
It was like there's a lamppost, I think, behind him.
Yeah.
So have you been doing any more of that? No, not at all.
Typically, when I just like drawing, when I do art, I just need the space.
I see.
I don't know why.
Has your guy that was commissioning you called you? Has he been like, "Yo, dude, what's up? I really would love you to paint with more shit," or has that been slowed down, or he doesn't need that anymore?
That's been slowed down as well.
Yeah.
With the dog increasing, with the dog training increasing and everything, just no time.
Well, man, I would love to see you do that again because it was so exquisite.
Like that figure that you saw was
Yeah.
like 15 hours or something.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. It was so detailed. It was really good.
And it's this literally the size of your thumb, if not smaller,
I'm telling you, if you ever wanted to do that on the side, I mean, you got so much going on, but I mean, I bet. Because you go to Merlin's or something like that, those nerd shops. I call them nerd shops.
Yeah, nerd shops.
That sell all those figures and cards and shit. They sell those, the super detailed ones like what you were doing.
Oh, yeah.
They sell those at a premium in the case, bro. They put those in the case and they sell them for way more than they're worth because they're so finely detailed.
Yes.
So
I did this this demon for somebody. It was fucking badass. I mean, this thing had horns. Its flesh was coming off. You could see the muscle underneath. Half of its face was burnt. It was fucking sweet. And I made this base that was lava. I took bark off a tree and just spray painted it black and then dry brushed it, which is this technique of paint where you have very little paint on the brush, but you just catch the edges to make it look like a rock or something. I don't know if I showed you this one. But I made the base look lava, and he was standing on these rocks, and the light was coming up from underneath him and stuff, and he just had these fucking beady eyes. Badass.
It sounds awesome. I wish I would have seen that.
I sold it for $300.
Wow.
But I probably put 30 hours into it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, definitely.
So I mean, it's about minimum wage costs.
Sure.
For doing it,
Sure.
As something on the side, absolutely. But no time. Airbrush has been put away.
Bummer. But, that doesn't mean it won't come out again someday.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's not put away for good. I mean, it's still sitting in the simple green solution. You know what I'm saying? It's ready to go,
ready
baby.
To go, whatever.
It's not fully cleaned and put back in the original packaging by any means.
Whenever you need to express yourself in that way.
Yes.
Right on, man.
No, thanks for asking. I completely forgot about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I have a whole section of my house designated for it.
Right.
And I just don't even do it.
I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to paint you something, man.
Dude, that'd be badass. You know what you could paint me? A logo for the ketchup bro.
Now, I would absolutely love to get feedback from your friend on this
Oh, okay.
because I was showing people the logo and the podcast.
The short sketch you did, the
No,
outline you
no,
did?
the one we have now with the
Oh.
ketchup bottle and
Yeah,
stuff,
and
and they
the
loved
crying,
it,
the crying tomato.
and they liked it, and I kind of
Agree.
I don't know if I'm like
I don't blame you. I
if
don't
should
blame them.
we change that? I would like to get other opinions
It's yeah.
when we eventually get this on YouTube and you hear this podcast.
Oh, full circle, full circle.
Please comment and say, "Yo, fucking, I'd like to see the art, but I like the crying tomato." Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I get it. I like it too, which is why when I saw it, I was like, oh, dude, definitely.
Oh yeah.
But it is a stock photo. It's not original, I guess. And I like to use our specialties, or what do you want to call those? Proclivities. Like, I'm really good with tech, so I set up the computer and got our hosting set up, all
Gotcha.
that shit, because I'm good at that stuff. And I thought, hey, Matt's really good at drawing, so he can probably make us a badass logo or something. So I guess that was just kind of my idea. But I mean,
Maybe I wasn't into I didn't really like the logo that I was into, that I was getting into as much. It's just the lettering spelled in ketchup. There's nothing really too creative about that.
Well, you are welcome. Well, I mean, of course, when you get free time, I know you're super busy, but you are welcome to experiment and come up with something else. Whatever you feel like. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to that. Maybe that's what I need to do.
Help you unwind a little bit by...
Because, I mean, we all get in this predicament. It's weird because for so long, I was in a go mode, like go gadget, everything was just flowing so smooth. Like I've had 3 to 4 dogs a week. You know what I'm saying? And it just instantly the weather changed, and like things lined up to where I don't have anything, but so I need to take time to freaking unwind my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like level everything out. So it's a touchy thing. It
Yeah.
really is. Do you ever get that way? Like
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like
I go through phases or fits, whatever you want to call them. I always equate them to this adolescent kind of, he's just going through a phase or a fit or whatever, you know what I mean? Where, I get down on myself or, whatever it is. Like, even with the car, I woke up this morning and I was like, okay, I need to look at all my finances. How can I cut my budget? Where can I cut, stop paying for this subscription without subscription? Because I want to fucking save all my money and pay off this car as fast as possible. Because, it's weighing, it is somewhat of a weight on
it's a lot of weight on the shoulders.
Weight on my shoulders. But I think that over the next few days or whatever, I'll probably, especially when I get to drive it a little bit more, because I've only had it for a day, not even a whole day. I got it last night. It hasn't even been 24 hours.
So now it's kind of like it's a luxury but a burden at the same time, opposed to something that you
exactly
love and you want to pay off.
Exactly. I love
need to, but want to.
I love the car. I know that I don't need this car, I guess, is what I have to overcome, and I'll probably kick myself for a little bit for a while, because I could have just saved up a little. Well, no, because I didn't have a fucking car. I don't know.
This car is gonna get you to where you can make the money to pay off your mortgage at your house as well. That's what you need to understand. It's
Right.
reliable enough to where just get the payments out of the way, and it's gonna get you everywhere you need to go for the next 15 years, maybe 10.
That's the
decade.
That's the hope. That's the hope, right? But I could have bought a way cheaper car that would have got me around for the next 5 or 6 years. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's all in hindsight. But like I said, I love the car. It's just gonna take me a little bit of time to. We're still getting acquainted. Me and this car. We're still kind of, not sure about each other. I mean, I definitely think she's cute. I know she's got a thing for me. Mm-hmm. But I think we need to go out on a few more dates before I,
Third date status?
Before I put it in.
Oh, yeah. I understand completely. Like when I sold my last 4Runner, I got emotional.
Did you?
It's fucking weird. It was a car.
Right.
But I was like, oh, damn.
But you put a lot of work into
That's
that
my
car.
baby. In that car.
That car got you across the country.
I was going to say, 2,200 miles, half a ton behind me, every hill and mountain you can think of on the West Coast side,
Yep.
and 3 dogs, 4 cats.
You had some quality time with that car.
Oh man, I didn't leave that front seat for 3 days.
I mean, and I kind of felt the same way about my old Explorer. Not to that extent. Like she was old. She was dying. I knew that it was time for her to go. But
She started whining, and you just
like-
told her to shut up.
like when we drove to the store today,
Oh.
and I was I'm still not feeling the parking. You know what I mean? Pulling into a parking spot because the turn radius is a little bit wider. Something I'm not.
It
used
is
to
a
yet.
little bit wider on those sport models
Yeah,
because those wheels are so big.
and yeah.
There's not a lot of room between the well and the tire.
Right, exactly. And so that's just one of the things that I'm like, I was so used to that in my Explorer. I could pull in anywhere. You know what I mean? I was just so used to it and so used to the way the wheel turned and all that stuff. And so, it's just going to take a little bit of time. But I know I'm happy with the car now, and I will be happy with it for the future. But all this to come back, I'm going to come back full circle to what we started, which was things like this can set me off a little bit. You know what I mean? For a little while. So
heavy finance.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
like
definitely,
a big purchase.
yeah, can definitely put me in a mood for a little bit. So I totally understand.
Like
And-
with a house, it's so easy to justify a house because you can pay $600 a month for mortgage and then $1,200 a month for rent, and you get half as much space. So you're like, okay, I got to see this money back opposed to this bullshit, and I'm just tossing it away. So a house is 100% the right decision.
Yeah.
But with a car, you have so many options.
yeah.
Like with a house, you need to be in a safe neighborhood. You
Yeah.
want to feel comfortable in it. You need the amount of space. But with a car, it's like I could get away with a sedan, the gas mileage.
There's a
lot of ups and downs with a car.
There's a lot of similarities between the two purchases, I would say, because with a house, I mean, yes, there's some basic things that houses they've got your 4 walls and your roof, but I mean, how new is your roof? How new is the plumbing? Do you have septic or sewer? When was does it have central AC? Does it have heating? All these different, I guess I already said plumbing, but it's like, there's all these things to consider in the house, and then when you get in your house,
How's the layout?
sure, yeah, the
Ooh.
layout, but it's like, it's how old are some of these things? How much money are you going to have to put into it, starting off? I bought a house that was flipped, so a lot of the, it's had new paint and carpets, even though
Yeah.
it's cheap carpet, but there's still, still pretty fresh carpet.
And I like the white trim with the gray wall. The gray with white. It's a solid look,
But
and it's really modern.
but it's everywhere, right? Because it was cheaper to use the same paint and trim everywhere. All I'm just saying, but getting the flipped house, I still had repairs and shit I had to do months after I came into it.
Oh yeah.
And there's things that have broken down, like the ice maker stopped freezing the ice as much in the fridge, so I had to turn off the ice because it would leak water out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like the fucking plumbing downstairs is a little whack. I had to put a piece of tinfoil in the utility sink that the washing machine drains into so that it drains slower, because if it drains too fast, it comes up in the thing. All that to say is, when you think about buying a car, then it's like, how many owners has it had?
How often has the oil been changed?
How often has the oil been changed? How has it had any major body work done? Was it ever in an accident or something?
Speaking
like that?
of, yeah, rebuilt title.
Yeah, exactly.
Clean title.
Clean. Oh yeah.
How many owners?
I think he said 3.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. What's the time frame between owners? Like, is it immediate? Like, or has it been sitting for a couple years?
No, I don't remember. I don't think it'd been sitting for a couple years. No. But that dealership is pretty good. But that is something you worry about, right? It's like you drive it off the lot, is it going to fall off because they wrangled it together enough to go on a couple test drives and make it seem good.
My biggest thing is oil changes. Like, if there have been no documented oil changes for like 10,000 miles, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like when I got this 4Runner, I changed the oil right away, and it was clear. Like, it wasn't like water. It was oil color, but it wasn't black and it wasn't thick. I know that and it wasn't from the dealership, because it was it was clear-ish, but it was like 400 miles clear. It wasn't like a couple test drive clear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it wasn't the dealership that changed it.
Right. Yeah, I'd actually, that's a good point. I actually didn't think about that. I actually don't know when the last time the oil was changed in that rig. I hope, and actually, I can call up the gal at the dealership and ask her.
So with your purchase, are you going to get free oil changes?
No,
Okay.
no. If it was new or certified pre-owned, I think I would. But because it had 90,000 miles on it, they can't certify pre-owned above 75.
Well, the one thing that I stress myself is changing my own oil, because then I can document it, and then it's every 3,000, do full synthetic Napa Gold oil filters and Valvoline oil is what I always do, 100%. So, I mean, I'd be happy to sit down with you one day and go through all that.
That'd be awesome. I don't have anything to put up on it or raise it. I don't have.
Oh, yeah. The Rams? For sure, I got those.
Oh, that'd be cool. I would love that because
Yeah.
I've never changed the oil in any car. I am not a car guy by any means.
It would be a bonding moment for us, Alex.
I would love that. Absolutely, we should definitely.
Yeah, and that way,
do
dude, you save so much money. Once a year, Napa has a half-off sale, so I just get like four or five filters for each car, and then and a shit ton of oil.
Mm-hmm.
Like 50 quarts of oil.
Jesus.
So I have enough for both Brittany and I's car. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to do that relatively soon if we can come up with the times. Because, like I said, I don't know. It's probably they probably changed it at the dealership, but still, it would be.
I would imagine. Have you checked the dipstick?
No, I haven't.
Okay, we'll do that after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So.
Yes.
This is weird. We don't usually do this on a Saturday. I'm not used to.
Dude, I am used to looking out this window and fucking seeing nothing but black.
Yeah.
And now I see sun rays
Right.
and fall leaves and...
Should we jump into the questions?
What time is it?
57.
57
Yeah.
minutes?
Yeah.
Morty. I feel like it's been a lot longer than that for some reason.
It hasn't.
That's fine. I mean,
I
I'm
know.
totally fine with
I
it.
know. Yeah.
57. Okay.
So do you want to jump into the questions?
I would absolutely love to jump into the questions.
I got the opportunity to come up with the questions this week, for those of you listening. And
For those of you who are committed listeners, you know that I came up with them the last 2 weeks. So yes, indeed, it's Alex's turn.
So we've got two kind of thoughtful questions and one
Rapid fire.
rapid fire
Bam,
question.
bam.
We got a suggestion from one of our avid listeners. If you're listening, and I know that you are because you're awesome, thank you for listening to us ramble every week, and thank you so much for your feedback. I hope to get some more amazing feedback from you probably in the next week or so, because I'll see you.
And I, as the co-host, very much appreciate your feedback and your commitment to listening to the podcast. We love doing it, as you know. So thank you. Thank you.
You know, it's funny. I have to introduce you guys sometime because we have, this listener. I won't name their name until they get on the podcast, which I'm trying to get them to do.
Oh, yes. I would love that.
They have met most of the special guests.
Interesting.
Because I work with them.
Yes.
And a lot of our special guests have been people I work with.
Yeah.
And so when she listens, oh, I let it out. It's a girl. Sorry.
Gender is known.
When she listens to the podcast, she knows these people, and of course she knows me because I work with her. But she's never met you, and so I think that's super interesting that she hears you. She knows a lot about your life and who you are, but she's never met you, and so I think it'd be super awesome for you guys to meet.
Wow, cool. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, first question: the zombie apocalypse has happened. You were bit, and you turned into a zombie.
I turned into a Z.
You are a zombie. Who would you eat first?
The first person in fucking front of me.
I mean, put some thought into it. Say you have a choice.
You don't have a choice.
Whoa,
have you
whoa,
ever
whoa.
seen a zombie
Hey,
contemplate who to go to?
I am setting forth the circumstances for this zombie apocalypse, all right? This is
I am going to accept your question and alter it a little bit.
whoa. All right. Well, let's see where this goes. Answer it. Do it.
Okay, answer it.
I mean, yeah.
the first person in front of me.
No, you can't. If you're going to alter it that way, then we're going to go back to my question.
No,
Because
I'm answering your question.
Okay.
Well, let's answer your question. My answer. This is better be a rapid fire question.
It was not a rapid fire question. You're supposed to pick if you had your pick of people to eat in the world.
You.
For asking that question?
Yes, for asking this fucking question. If the zombie apocalypse happened and I was conscious while I was turning zombie,
you can tell.
I would get in my car, drive down fucking Ash, and I would be here.
See? Okay. I'll take that. See, in my scenario, I was hoping that you would get in your car, drive somewhere, and pick somebody else and put a little more thought into it. But hey, if it's me, at least it wasn't the first person in front of you.
You might be the first person in front of me. What if it happened while we were doing the podcast?
I'll kill you immediately.
And then Neil got bit, and then I was the first one by the door. Ugh! And then I get bit, and then I'm like, oh, there he is. Boom.
First of all, Neil is an intense zombie, and he would eat you all. Eat you whole. Not whole.
All of me?
He eat all of you.
Now, I've eaten a large portion of food before.
Yeah?
I could not fit a whole human body down my throat.
Well, I mean, he might just start gnawing on you at one point, but I don't think you'd be able to get up and.
But then he would smell your fear. I would be down, and then he would be like, and then he would look over at you because you just tooted fear. And then he'd be like, "Oh fuck yeah, I've been waiting for this."
Okay, first of all, if in that scenario, Neil comes in, starts biting you, I would.
Would you attack? Would you help me?
Absolutely. I would not just be tooting in fear. I would grab that screwdriver and I'd drive it through Neil's skull.
And then I would push his corpse off of me. And I'd be like, "God, Alex, did you just do that?"
I thought you were gonna say, while I'm fighting his dead carcass off of you, you turn into a zombie and bite me. That's what I thought you were going to say.
That's plausible as well. But mainly, my God.
But then before I turned into a zombie, I'd kill you. And then I would get in my car and I would drive to...
What if you couldn't go outside?
Yokes and kill that stupid... and bite and eat that stupid kid that's made fun of us for buying wine.
What I would do is if I was still alive, I would tear Neil's... If he was a zombie, I would cut his pinky off. I would go to that guy at the fucking store. I don't know.
Damn.
Shove Neil's pinky down his throat because he was like,
that is graphic.
What would you? He was like,
it.
"What are you guys gonna do? Raise your pinky when you drink this wine? Let me show you a fucking pinky."
All right. See that was.
But seriously,
better.
Horrible question.
Oh, come on now.
Okay, answer for yourself.
I did. I told you I'd drive to Yokes and beat that guy.
Oh, that was your answer.
I mean, good as any, right?
Okay,
it's a terrible question.
What about this?
I had 3 seconds
What about
to come up
this?
with these questions.
What about this? So, zombie apocalypse happens.
Yeah.
You know about it. Like, we're doing this podcast, and then on the screen, boop, alert from everyone in the world.
Zombie apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse. End of broadcast. What do we do? What would you do at this moment if we knew about it?
I go...
Better question? Better question? Better question?
No, my question was perfectly valid. Because this is the question that everyone asks, right? I thought about that too. Like, what would you do in a zombie apocalypse? Everyone asks that question. But what would you do if you were a zombie in the fucking apocalypse? No one asked that question. And I asked it to you and you just spit it in my face. But it's okay, because I actually want to answer this.
Do you?
Yes. I would go get Neil, be like, "Yo, Neil, fucked up shit, zombie apocalypse." We'd have me, you, and Neil. Obviously, we'd have to go get Brittany. And then...
We would drive across town. Now, I love Brittany to death. But I'd be like, "Babe, you need to get in the car
and meet us.
Speed the fuck over here as fast as you can."
We would go.
We'll go halfway in Alex's car.
I would have to get your guys' input, but my first instinct would be to drive to Adam Ring's parents' house.
Here's the thing: would phones work? Would phones work?
I mean, you just got the alert, right?
You got the alert, but what if?
Yeah.
Then they cut off all.
Zombies don't know how to operate that shit. Everything will still be working for a little bit.
for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, eventually maintenance would wear down and then they would stop working. But at least at first, everything would work. Still got your TV and shit. But
we wouldn't watch.
We'd go to. My first thought would be Adam Ring's parents' house because I know he has a lot of guns, and Adam Ring's dad is a fucking just straight up badass, and so that would be my first thought. But Neil probably knows some people with a lot of guns that we might go to. That would be my first thought. Be like, weaponize. Be like, I need to have a weapon on me at all time for them zombies and other people trying to kill me for my shit. Scavengers and shit.
Yes, I completely agree with you.
But also, I would try and form a large group of like-minded citizens who wanted to protect the weak and destroy zombies and create a community. Zombie-free and killing-free.
We need to keep our circle small.
Okay. Why?
Because we're the only ones with weapons.
No, we are definitely not the only ones. Everyone's going to have a weapon.
Everyone's gonna have a weapon.
Maybe not right off the bat, but a lot of people are going to have weapons. 1 out of 3 Americans has a gun. It's a fact.
It's a fact, yes. But what if one in one of those 3 was already zombie? So then there's a gun. You don't know where it is.
You mean like they were bit but haven't turned yet kind of deal?
Yes.
Top you off there. Whoa, bro. This is red wine.
This is red wine.
So, second question.
Right. Oh, no, hold on.
Oh. What? Why?
Okay, never mind, yeah.
Okay.
Can I, let me just, let's pause for the P. Pause for the P. See you soon.
Pause. And we're back.
We are indeed back.
For the second question. Which is...
This chair is... Who sat in this thing since the last time I was here?
Nobody.
Because this thing...
Yeah.
These noises...
It's just crushing under your weight, bro.
These noises... They never used to be there.
Well, I'm telling you, no one's added it.
Oh.
We just need to get the WD-40 out.
We need to get that WD.
Okay. This one is interesting because it's something I've thought about a lot on my side as a kind of self... What's the word?
Yes.
Insecurity.
Oh. Okay.
Not what
I
you were
did not
expecting.
see that one coming. I thought self-righteous...
Okay.
Self-thinking,
You're based in a universe where you are not married to your current wife. And you start seeing this girl. And maybe she stays over a couple of nights. Maybe you guys start getting cute, Maybe you've slept together a couple of times. You decided you really like this girl. But there's something...
5th date status?
But there's something that she hasn't told you. Because you never stayed over at her house. And she has never brought it over.
She has a pet monkey.
She has sleep apnea. And she has to, on the regular, sleep with a CPAP machine.
Oh.
So she's got hose hooked up to a mask.
Yeah.
And you can hear the kind of Darth Vader-ish kind of breathing.
Yeah.
With the pump. How do you react to that? And how do you think that would affect your relationship?
Wouldn't affect it at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Do you think it's stuff? But I mean, what about cuddling, or I can't fall asleep spooning a woman anymore. You know
then
what I mean?
then
I've got my
you have
mask
to be on your
It's
back,
weird.
right?
I don't have to be on my back. I actually sleep on my sides, which I can do with the mask.
Oh, so why can't you spoon?
Just because I'll put myself in the reverse position, right? Let's say I don't have sleep apnea. I start dating a girl who's got sleep apnea, and she's for whatever reason spooning me.
Hey, nothing wrong with a small spoon.
No, no disrespect. I prefer to be the large spoon.
Yeah. Pretty nice switch.
That's nice. That's nice. That's cute.
Yeah.
But and I've got she's breathing, and I can hear it's like right next to the back of my head, and I can hear the of the because it's pushing air, so it's you can hear the air pump, and it just I know that I would have maybe I could get used to it.
Absolutely. But eventually, you wouldn't be able to sleep without it.
But it would be. I can agree with that only because when I dated Lauren, all the fish tanks in the house. Mm-hmm. When I first started sleeping there.
Yeah.
I mean, it drove me nuts. I had a hard time falling asleep because it was just I don't know that I can do a fish tank noise. We got the water.
Yeah.
coming out.
Oh, for sure. The air bubbles. We got the overflow or whatever.
When I broke up with Lauren, I went and found a white noise app on my phone, and there was a fish tank. And like whenever I would travel or for work or whatever, I had to put that fish tank noise on my phone throughout the night so I could get to sleep.
Really?
Because I was just so used to hearing it. So yeah, I guess
Desiree slept with fans all the time.
I sleep with the fan.
So if the fan wasn't on, I'd be like...
have some kind of white noise. I do, to fall asleep.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I feel like at first it would just drive me bonkers and it would just be weird and like there's this, she's like Darth Vader's like fucking sleeping right next to me. I don't know. And so I worry about that, like if I start dating a chick and I have to be like, yo, thanks for coming over and this is my house, this is my bedroom, this is my fucking CPAP machine where I put a mask on every night.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of a worry. But you're saying you don't think it would be a problem if you dated a girl?
Hell no. Not if she was fucking badass and we got like, I was super into it and we were getting real serious. It wouldn't even faze me.
Why? Can you elaborate on that a little bit more? Just because
I can't. Yes, I absolutely can. Because Brittany had a sleeping issue when we first started dating.
Really?
I've never heard of it before. I'm curious if you have. It was called bumping. It was like a...
I've heard of bumping uglies.
I wish.
Was that your issue? Because that's a good issue to have.
That's a good issue to have, but it was not that issue. It was actually this condition where she would subconsciously, in her sleep, roll over, and then she would be sleeping on her face, and then she would slowly, she would kind of bump the forehead, her forehead, onto the pillow.
What?
Yes.
So she'd be on her stomach.
She would be on her stomach, and she would just kind of raise her head and bob.
I want to say bob, like bob her head.
Bob her head, yeah.
Bob her head. Sorry,
yeah.
I heard it. I could not say it.
It's a very interesting thing, but it happened. It definitely happened a few times, and it's definitely kept me up. She doesn't do it every night.
Why did it keep you up?
Because it would vibrate the bed, and I'm a very light sleeper.
It wasn't like a slow bob. It was like a thud, like a drop of her head.
And she always needs something to do.
I picture this like trying to stay awake, like you see in the movies, and people are like sitting up and they're trying to stay awake, and their head kind of falls, and then they wake up, and then their head kind of falls, and they wake up.
Not that at all. It would be more of a heavy thrust towards the downside.
Like she was using her so it wasn't like her neck relaxed and her head fell. It was she used her muscles to. Yeah. And this is a condition. This is a real condition.
I've never heard of anyone having it. She hasn't done it in a very long time, but she did do it for a good while. And if she's never done it at the house we live in now, but she did it a few times in Kentucky.
What's the official term again?
I don't know.
Oh, there's no official term.
No official term.
You use the word bumping.
She calls it bumping.
She calls it bumping.
Yes. So that was interesting, especially the first time I heard it, or first time I saw it. I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, oh, yeah, she mentioned this. And I was just like, hey, babe,
what the fuck?
I was like, what do you do? And then, but when she goes to bed, she rubs her feet.
I do that too sometimes.
She rubs her feet a lot.
Oh, not so much.
And it's like, and then, I see her with like the dogs, and she needs something to do at all times. Subconsciously. Like, she doesn't think she does, but she needs to. Like, she's input. She can't
just sit still.
She cannot sit in a room with no technology and just sit and think. She cannot do that.
I can relate to that. And it's not that she has ADHD or anything like that. It's just that you're so used to the constant, not sensation, what's the word? Stimuli.
Stimulation, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just used to the constant stimulation that you can't just not have it. So I'm totally the same way. I can't just sit still. I have to be doing something, or being on the phone, or tapping my feet, or playing the guitar, or whatever. So I can relate to that. Doing the Rubik's Cube, I can totally relate to that. Waiting rooms are the bane of my existence. Smartphones were my salvation for waiting rooms.
There's no chance in not waiting. It's the name of the room. So yeah, I can totally relate to that. I'm fortunate enough not to snore, not to do anything. I'm a very light sleeper. In fact, if
That
Brittany
can be a
moves
negative.
too much,
Yeah.
I'll wake up. But I
Weird.
don't wake up
Sucks.
and be like, "What are you doing?" I just wake up and be like, "Fuck, I'm awake," and then I just wait to go back to sleep. But I deal with a condition that's like that, and it wasn't a deal breaker by any means, because who am I to judge someone else's condition that they were born with? You know what I'm saying? And now we have technology to understand that condition more. Speaking of the defibrillator thingy, CPAP. Speaking of just this device alone, now we're more informed on it. We're more informed on what it can do for you. You can get deeper sleep. If it benefits you in your everyday fucking life, god damn it, fucking do that shit. Yeah.
I have to. Or
Exactly. So bring it over, especially if she was hot as fuck. I'd be like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck about that CPAP. Come on over. I want you here.
Just don't put it on while we're doing it. Or maybe do.
Or maybe it becomes a thing.
Could be. People are what's the word?
People
Kinky.
Are,
That's the word I was looking
people
for.
are weird. Yeah.
People are weird. People are kinky. Okay, well, good answer. My answer would have to be that I'm all about at least attempting to, come to terms with any kind of, I don't know, things that I'm not used to, abnormalities, quirks. Maybe quirks is a better word. Quirks that people have, So when I start seeing a girl and she has some kind of quirk that I notice, that maybe I'm like, that's weird, interesting. When you notice something, call it a quirk. Or if it was something as, like a CPAP machine, I would definitely attempt to live with that, to come to terms with that, to, incorporate that into the relationship and have it not be a negative. There's definitely been times that I've tried, and I've tried for a long time, like 2 years, and nope. Couldn't. Just wake up one day and you realize can't deal with this, and you got to peace out.
Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure. Now, if it was smoking, I could not tolerate that. Cigarettes.
No tolerating of cigarettes.
Now, and I
do you tolerate me for smoking my?
Absolutely.
And I smoke cigarettes.
And I don't judge. I'm not a judger.
You hate me now. I understand.
I've been waiting a long time to say this, Alex. Every time we're in this podcast room, you blow that. No, I'm just joking. But in the long term, it's not healthy, and I want to be with this woman for a very long duration of my existence on this planet.
Yes.
Yeah. So, therefore, I would at least try and get her to eat healthy and be healthy.
Yeah.
Or at least cut down to maybe one a day or something. You still smoke, I smoke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She doesn't give a shit about that.
But not cigarettes.
But not cigarettes. No,
right.
no. Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, I mean, I think about that too. Now that I've started...
Now, since you are a smoker, this changes the equation, because I am a non-smoker of cigarettes, of tobacco. So, if you got with a girl, she's gorgeous, she's perfect for you, and she smokes like a fucking chimney, it would more than likely provoke you, do you think, to smoke more?
It would probably. I would definitely still try and stay on the e-cig.
Yes.
I would actually agree with you. I would prefer to find someone that doesn't smoke cigarettes. Honestly.
Yes.
And
because of tempting you, or because of just longevity
cigarettes
of
are
their
gross.
life?
Cigarettes are gross. I totally agree with that. Cigarettes smell bad. They make your mouth taste bad. That's part of the reason why, I was addicted to the nicotine, but I hated the way, I hated smoke, like going out on a break at work and smoking a cigarette, like especially in the wintertime, coming back in, and my fucking coat would just reek of cigarette smell, and then it's disgusting. I hated it. So when I got the opportunity to try the e-cig, I was like, fuck yes. Because now my clothes don't smell bad. I'm not going to, my car doesn't smell bad.
Yes.
My teeth aren't yellowing anymore than they already have. I would prefer someone who didn't smoke cigarettes for that alone, just because cigarettes are gross. But yeah, also for the temptation, stop me from smoking cigarettes.
Now,
I would love to quit nicotine altogether. In fact, I think you can get these nicotine-less without any nicotine in them. I'd love to see if I could find
just
those.
for the habit of
yeah. Just like as the top, if you think of it like a treatment, like that was the thing, right? When e-cigs first came out, it was like, oh, easier way to quit. It's like you're smoking, but not. You still get your nicotine. No. It is not a way to help you quit cigarettes. That is a fucking lie. If anybody tells you that, It is not. Because these things are so easy to smoke because you can start smoking them in your house. You can smoke them fucking anywhere. And the nicotine is still there, so your body's just getting more and more addicted.
And it's legal, so you can get away with it. No one's going to judge you for doing it right now. No one's going to judge you for doing it at work. No one's going to judge you for going in the bathroom and smelling fucking,
mango,
a mango-flavored haze of what the fuck, of nicotine. Because it's so acceptable to people.
Absolutely. So I would love to try, as a treatment, move to... I mean, really, they should sell treatment packs. They should sell... You wanna... It's up to you. You bought it. It's up to you.
I mean, I bought it.
I mean, I don't have to drive. I'm not going anywhere, so I don't give a shit. If you want to open up that second bottle, I mean, I'm in if you're in. That's why I'm giving you all the power. But they should sell a treatment pack. We're at like a minute. Yeah, and actually, because we're doing
Like a minute.
a minute 20, I always, for some reason, like, when you're talking about hundreds of dollars, it's $1.20, not $120. You know what I mean?
$1.20.
It's
Gotcha.
$1.20.
It's a minute 20.
It's a minute 20, which is an hour 20. And we should actually wrap up around
1:30.
1:30 because we are doing 4 weeks this month, right? Because we did one left. Yeah, this is the first Friday this month.
This is the first Friday of this month.
Yeah.
And we have 4.
Yeah.
We have 3 more to go.
Yes.
Yes.
And an hour, and we can do 4 a month at about an hour and a half.
Yes.
So we should wrap up in about 10 minutes.
Gotcha.
Morty, we haven't done those in a while. The wine, I don't know why I'm burping, but the wine usually doesn't. Anyway, they should sell treatment packs that step down the nicotine. Like you smoke this cartridge until it's gone, and it's like 5% nicotine, and you smoke this cartridge at 4.
No.
2.
No.
No?
Strictly because there's no placebo effect. Now, if it was smoke this cartridge, smoke this cartridge, smoke this cartridge, smoke this cartridge, and it didn't give any nicotine level, and you followed the program, and you're consciously getting, if you were conscious about how much nicotine you were getting, you would know that your body was craving it. But if you smoked the same amount and eventually got less nicotine without knowing it, you'd be fine with it.
So what you're saying, the same thing that I'm saying, but without knowing the percentage?
Mm-hmm.
I see. I'm
strictly because cigarettes are one of those things where it's like, if I don't have it in the car, if I don't have it on the way home, if I don't have it here at work on my break,
right. So I'm speaking.
It's bad.
I'm speaking in the technicalities of how the treatment would work.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, don't put the percentage on the box. You would just say smoke this one until it's gone, smoke this one until it's gone, and by the time you get to this one, you're going to be good. But technically, I believe that's how it should work, right? It would be a smaller nicotine percentage as you went down to the cartridge that had 0 nicotine. And maybe I would even put like 3 cartridges in there so that people wouldn't even realize that they've been smoking no nicotine for like 3 cartridges.
Yes.
By the time they got to the end. They thought that they were still tapering off. You were already cured.
You were already done. Yeah. So then come to the office on your last cartridge, and then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about how you thought, how you evolved, what your process was from going through these cartridges, and then what if I told you that you were going 3 weeks without nicotine or something like that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they'd
be like, oh my fucking. But if you told them, and they were conscious of it, like, hey, your last 3 weeks, you're gonna go no nicotine.
Right.
Then you're going to be like, oh my god, I only have 7 cartridges. That means
Exactly.
3 of them are,
No, you're
my
right.
holy shit, oh fuck.
You're right. You're totally right. This is a really good idea. I wish we had the means to enact it because I kind of want to, like, that would be awesome. It's like open up a little clinic and like have that be a thing. That'd be fucking sweet.
Mm-hmm. I've also thought of this. Like, at the gym, I might have talked to you about this before. I'm not sure if I have. At the gym, instead of make the 20 pounds 25 pounds, make the 30 pounds 35 pounds, just make them 5 pounds heavier, so people believe that they're lifting a certain amount, but then they start seeing these massive gains because 5 pounds does a fucking lot,
Oh yeah.
So it's like 5 pounds more of a bicep curl or something is like,
man,
that's a lot.
I'm so excited to get back to the gym on Monday.
But think about it, you know what I'm saying? If you put a 45 plate on there, but it was actually 50, so you're doing 2 50 pounds. on each side, opposed to, so now a plate is 50 instead of 45.
Yeah.
But it says 45 on there. And now they're benching, they say their max is 2 plates. Now their max is 2 plates plus 10 pounds. And then you put 2 more 10 pounds on there, which is a total of 10 pounds more. You get it?
Yeah.
Because 10 pounds are now 15. Boom. But their mind's like, oh, yeah, I've done this before.
It's good. Yeah, it's
You
good.
see what I'm saying?
It's good.
The placebo is a fucking crazy thing.
Yeah. That's what this whole new lifestyle, the paleo lifestyle I've been living. I have to wonder. I'm not sure because we've only been doing it for two weeks. 2 weeks tomorrow.
Yeah.
How much of this feeling that I feel like I feel better. You know what I mean? And I don't know how much of that is placebo.
You need to track your poundage.
My weight?
Yeah.
I wanted to weigh myself on Friday, but I didn't have a fucking car. So I'm excited to get back to the gym on Monday. I'm going to weigh myself on Monday, and I'm going to get back into my routine.
I'm excited for next podcast.
See how much I've lost?
Mm-hmm.
So last time we talked, I was down to 211, which was the lowest I have been in years. Years and years and years. When I lived in Post Falls, working at the Coeur d'Alene Petco,
Yeah.
I was in the 220 range then. That was 5 years ago.
Really?
6 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. And then I started dating Lauren, and she was all about the Wendy's and the McDonald's, and I got up to damn near 250. 248 was the heaviest I remember stepping on the scale at the doctor's office was 248.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely doing better. So
Good for you, man. That's 30 fucking pounds.
I would love to hit sub 200, which I have not done my entire adult life. I don't even know if I can. I don't even know if my body type will let me go sub 200 if that's healthy. But if I can, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Well, you might not be able to because you're going to the gym so much. You might be gaining enough muscle.
Yeah.
To where that equates to the amount of fat you're losing.
Yeah.
So then it's like, oh shit, oh fuck, I'm still 211, but really you're 6 pounds, lost in fat, and then so on and so forth in a month or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll see. Okay, you ready for the last question?
It's rapid fire. Of course I am.
This last question is a rapid fire question. You have to answer it immediately. Okay?
Yes.
If you take too long, I'm gonna do the sound, and you just don't get to answer it. So fucking. And this is our first rapid fire question, so it's kind of an easy one in. You ready?
Yes.
You're in a car accident. You're put into a coma. Doctors don't know when you'll get out. You're a vegetable. Live or die. Go.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for that. I wanted to wait for it.
You wanted it?
I wanted to hear the
Well,
I was wondering how long you would go. I was wondering.
Not that long.
Doctors don't know if I'm going to live or die, basically.
No, you're a vegetable. They can keep you on life support.
Oh, I'm a veg. Kill me. Kill me.
Kill
for
you.
Sure.
Why?
I just don't want to live if I'm getting fed through a tube and I can't physically do anything. And
But there's a chance you might wake up.
oh, there's a chance I might wake up. Did you specify this in the question?
That's a chance for any vegetable. And that's not true. Some obviously some situations, the person is brain dead and they will never wake up.
Exactly. Like, is my spinal cord severed? Is my body still in one piece? I'm just unconscious?
I don't have the specific scenario for you, but I will. But that's my thought is you go into a coma, you may or may not wake up. Do you want to stay alive as a vegetable, or do you want them to kill you?
Give me 3 months. Give me 3 months.
But see, you've had too long to think about it. Your initial answer was kill me. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna assume you didn't wake up in 3 months.
Let's say my spinal cord was cut.
You'd never be able to move again. Yeah, fuck that.
Kill me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely kill me. I don't even give a fuck. Yeah.
Unless it's the future. It's 2045, and you can throw me in a robot body.
Throw me in a robot body. I'll still train dogs in a robot body. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Wrong. Put the leash right here. Alex.
You have to come up with a rapid fire question because obviously I can't answer this one. I've had too much time to think.
Live or
about
die.
No. Ascend.
You were in a plane. That's both engines have failed. One parachute. You and your loved one that you've been married to for 1 year are in the plane.
Yeah.
One parachute.
Mm-hmm.
Going down.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I've already answered.
Engines are on fire.
Okay.
Your hair on fire. No fire extinguisher.
Well,
Close. Gone.
I'm already dead at that point. My hair's on fire. Fucking kill me.
Would you get greedy or would you give the parachute to her?
Give the parachute to her. I had that queued up. I knew where you were going. Definitely.
Well, see, it was tough because I had a question on the spot. I didn't have time to come up with a question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you already knew your answer. You were like, kill me. And I was like, give it to her.
Now, with your own question, what would you do?
With my own question?
Yeah.
If I was vegetable?
Yeah.
And I had a chance to wake up?
Yeah.
Keep me on life support.
For how long? That's the next question.
Until my... I'm answering it until my...
I know.
Until my next of kin decides that I should die. But if I had the choice, keep me alive for as long until I fucking wake up. Or I die of natural causes.
Next question.
Because I like living.
Next question. 30 years later. No technology to put you in a robot body.
This is continuing? I'm still in a coma? Or
Yes.
This is a different question? Okay.
Now there's not enough water and food to feed the entire planet. And you're a vegetable. If you woke up, the world would hate you. If you died, the world would love you. Now go.
I'm a vegetable. I don't have the choice. Matt?
Who would you leave the choice up to?
My next of kin? I don't know. My parents, I guess. And then if they died, then the next of kin after that.
If Neil had the choice, what would he say?
He'd kill me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't have any bad feelings about that. I feel like he would make the logical decision. The logical decision would be to kill me.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Do you not feel greedy staying alive for 5 years? 10 years?
Who am I hurting?
Everyone. Children in Africa.
How are they hurting?
Nutrition.
How is nutrition hurting by me
And
being
water.
alive? How is water hurting by me being alive in a vegetative state?
Yes. Rapid fire.
What? No, I wouldn't feel bad. I mean, in your scenario where resources are super tight for the human race, then obviously I'm not a good choice to keep alive because I'm not providing to society. What's that word? What's the word I'm looking for?
Productive?
Productive to society.
Member of society?
Yeah, I'm not being a productive member of society. I'm not giving anything to society. I'm not attributing. I'm not attributing to society. So obviously I should die if the resources are tough. But resources aren't tough, and there's a fucking possibility that I'll wake up in 10 years. In fact, sometimes I fantasize about like what would happen if like everything went to shit, and you just basically everyone gets their slates wiped clean. You start on this new world.
Oh, that would be nice.
Well, yeah, exactly. How would you affect the other people around you? I don't know.
Now, here's a question.
Is it a rapid fire question?
Yes.
Okay. Go. Hit me.
You had the option to wake up in 20 years.
But it's still the same line of okay. Okay.
You're not in an accident.
Why did I go to sleep?
No, hold on.
Okay.
Quiet down. Easy. You have an option to wake up in 20 years with somebody who loves technology as much as yourself. You could wake up in 20 years and the Earth could be shit from what we've done to it. We could have gotten nuclear war. Who knows? The future is not set, right? So you have the option today to be cryogenically frozen, and then wake up in 20 years. What do you do?
No.
Respect.
To be fair, I don't know enough about the whole situation. So because I don't know enough about it, I have to say no. But it's like, but if I had more time, if I could understand the question better.
The question
Not the question, but the circumstances surrounding the cryo freezing, right? So because right now I have a house, So if I go into cryo, fucking no one's paying on the house, no one's paying on my car. Do I fucking am I super fucking in debt when I wake up in 30 years?
Or you're like Fry from Futurama and you're a billionaire.
Do I have any money? Do I have lots of money? Do I have no money? You know, what was the circumstances around that? Because
Whoa.
Because
It
waking
wasn't
up,
a part of the question.
I know, which is why I answered as quickly as possible with the information I was given.
All right, so clearly we've understood that my rapid fire questions suck on the spot.
What do you mean? It was a great question. I answered it super fast, didn't I? Was that not an adequate response to the question?
No.
Time? No, it wasn't? Damn.
Yes, it was. I'll give you that. I'm done with my rapid fires. In fact, we need to be done with this cast.
You're right. We are a little over a minute 30.
And if we have some special guests later this month,
We're going to need the extra time.
we're going to need the extra time because we always go over 2.
Yeah, we always go around 2 or over 2 hours.
Alexander.
Matthew.
My pleasure.
Always a pleasure to hang out with you and talk about shit going on in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
It was tough reliving the experience of spending thousands of dollars on a car,
Oof.
but I'm glad I got it out there. And I guess I will see you next week.
Next week, I'm looking forward to it. Actually, 6 days.
Yeah, not even a full week.
Not even a full week.
And to all of you who have listened through the podcast this far, thank you for sticking around. We appreciate it. I hope you continue to listen to the podcast, and Morty, hang out with us next week.
And Morty with us next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.